In this week's episode of Working with Work, I'm going to show you how I stay focused on the important work every single day. Hello and welcome to episode 58 of my Working with Work series. My name is Carl Pauline, and in this week's episode I'm going to give you the strategy that I use every single day to remain focused on the work that's truly important. Now, the reason I'm doing this is simply because whenever I see questions and comments on my YouTube channel, on my blog, and emails that I get every day, and even for the podcast that I do, the Working With podcast, what I find is the biggest single area of productivity problems that people have is not so much the organizing of the lists that they're creating or getting the work done, it's the interruptions they're getting from their boss, their colleagues, their friends, their family, and customers. And I know this is a really big problem because I also have this happening to me every single day. But I've developed a few strategies over the years that really work, and they really do get me focused in on the work that matters every single day so that I can reduce the distractions that are being thrown at me by other people. But the one thing I do understand is you can't ignore your boss, you can't ignore your customers, and to be honest, if you're not going to be rude, then you can't really ignore your customer, your colleagues, or your friends. So let's get straight into it. The first thing is I have 3 lists that I look at every single day. Now, there are more lists, of course, because there's my today list and there's various other things, but I have 3 lists that I spend most of my day in my to-do list manager. The first list is my daily objectives list. Now, my daily objectives list only ever has 2 tasks in it. Now, sometimes it will have 3, but that's very rare, and it really is because those 3 things must be done that day. But on the whole, it's just 2 objective tasks. Now, what I mean by objective tasks are the 2 tasks that no matter what happens today, I am going to get done. And the reason I keep it down to 2 tasks is because that is a realistic number. I've heard people wanting to try and get 5 tasks done, 6 tasks done, 10 objectives for the day, but really you're actually pushing yourself to the limit, and there's a good chance you're not going to get them done. When you stop getting those objectives done, then the urgency to get them done and the importance of getting them done gets diluted, and you're not going to do it. You treat your objectives as absolutely must be done today, and there's no excuses. That's why I only have 2. The second list I use on a daily basis, and to be honest, this is the list that I spend most of my time in, is what I call my focus tasks. My focus tasks for the day, or my focus for today. And these are just 8 tasks that I have decided must be done today. Now, they don't absolutely must get done today, but generally on a scale in the percentage terms, 99% of the time I am going to get those 8 tasks done. So essentially the 2 objectives, no excuses, they must be done. The 8 focus tasks, I'm allowed a few excuses, but on the whole, I kind of gamify it so I make sure that those tasks are done on a daily basis. So in total now, I've got 10 tasks that I really must get done. That's my 2 objectives with there's no excuse, I get them done, and the 8 focus tasks that I would really like to get done, and I will do my very, very best to get them done. And that's it, just those 10 tasks today. Now, the reason I keep it down to a maximum of 10 is really simply for a number of reasons. First of all, it really focuses my mind because I have to ask myself the question, what 10 tasks, including the 2 objectives, what 10 tasks do I really want to get done today? Which ones will have the biggest positive impact on the work that I'm doing and the work that's for my life. That's why I keep them down to 10. Now, the problem I see most people do is they just randomly date tasks in the future, but those are going to come back into a daily list at some point. And then you'll find that you might have 15, 20, 25, 30 tasks in a day. And let's be honest, without you get all those interruptions from your boss, from your colleagues, from your customers, family and friends, you're not going to get 20 tasks done in the day. So now you've got what I would describe as an unrealistic daily to-do list. And there's no point in doing that. What you need to do is to get good at prioritizing and get very good at asking the question, which tasks that I can complete today would have the biggest positive impact on my life and my work right now? And when you ask that question and you look at your list of tasks that you've got to do, you can really start prioritizing the things that truly matter to you. And that is the reason why I have my setup this way. The 2 objectives, my focus tasks. Very, very important. And when do I organize this? I organize this at the end of the day when I do my Golden 10. And I've done a few videos recently on the Golden 10. And if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't joined the course, Your Digital Life 2.0 online, in that online course, I go into a lot more detail about the Golden 10 and show you exactly step by step how I do it. But for those of you who are not interested in joining that course, and I know many of you are not, then the Golden 10 essentially is the 10 minutes at the end of every day that you process your inbox, you organize your stuff and you put it into the right places, the right projects, your notes go into your notes app, your appointments go on your calendar, and you decide there and then, the night before, not the morning, the night before, what are your 2 objectives for tomorrow? What are you must get done tomorrow that will have the biggest positive impact on your life? And then you can look at your daily list and you can allocate the 8 tasks that you would really, really like to get done today, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if you didn't get them done. Now, my final list, and I don't always get to this list because once I've done my 8 focus tasks, I'm usually tired and I feel complete because I've done the things that I have decided is really important for the day, plus I've dealt with all the distractions, is the next actions list. Now, my next actions list is basically a label that I have in my to-do list manager, which basically is the very next action in all my open active projects. And it's only one next action from each project. Now, I think I've got about 25 active projects on at the moment. Some are very big, some are quite small. But the only task that has the label next actions, for those of you in GTD speak, that's the context. The next actions label or context is the very next task that needs to be done on that project. And the reason I have this list is simple. If I've completed those 10 previous tasks, my objectives and my focus tasks for the day, and I have a couple of hours left at the end of the day, then I can move into my next actions and I can start working on a number of those. That keeps my projects moving forward. Now, the thing is, those of you are going to tell me, but what about your projects? They need working on. That's fine. Just add the date and have them as a focus task for today if it's truly important. And this way, by utilizing the power of the golden 10 minutes at the end of the day, when you plan the next day, you are still allowing yourself enough flexibility to actually accept the distractions from the other people, your colleagues, your boss, and your friends. And that way, you are not overwhelming yourself with lists. You have a much more focused day. And the work that you are getting done is the work that has the most positive impact on your work, your life, and ultimately your income. And that, to me, is truly important. And that's how I maintain my focus on the work that really matters. It's not difficult. It's quite easy to implement, and I will be putting up on my website a PDF file where you can actually see this on paper and you can adapt it and modify it how you wish. But essentially what you're trying to do is to keep no more than 10 tasks that you're committed to every single day. and that is going to allow you the flexibility to handle all the other distractions and all the other questions and demands from all the other people in your life. I hope you found this episode useful. I hope it's helping you to be able to, or giving you some ideas to be able to develop your own system, because ultimately you should be developing your own system, because that's the way to get a good productivity system working for you. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now I have a small favor to ask of you. Recently I launched a new project called Project 1 Million. And the purpose of this project is to help 1 million people by the year 2020 to get better organized and become more productive. Now I'm very lucky because I discovered the power of being productive and better organized when I was in my teenage years. But what I really want to do now is I want to help other people discover the amazing benefits of being organized and becoming more productive. I want people to experience the power of every single day getting a little bit closer towards achieving their goals because they're doing something about their goals every single day. Ultimately, I want people to experience happiness, to be happy in their lives because they're always moving forward and getting closer and closer to their goals. And that's why I need your help. If you liked this video, or even if you've taken my free latest online course, The Beginner's Guide to Building Your Own Productivity System, please share this stuff with people so that they can discover for themselves the benefits of becoming more productive, getting better at time management, and feeling that power that you have, that you can actually get these things done. Okay, so that's really what I want you to do, is just to give me a little help. Push out these videos, share these videos, retweet them, post them on Facebook, tell your friends about them, email links to people, whatever you can do, because together you and me can help 1 million people to get better organized and become much more productive. Thanks very much for watching, and thank you again for listening to this message.